What's going on, Vape Fam? Hack back at you again with another review. Today we're going to be looking at the Alliance version 2 Plus. So, this is a sweet little RDA right here. Um, really nice. I know this has been out for a little while now, but I just got my hands on it, and I gotta say, it's a really nice vape. Right now, I have a .16 build in here, 22 gauge, low resistance wire. Ohms out .16. This is at just 3.8 volts, 90 watts. Let's give it a vape, see how it produces. Man, this thing chucks the clouds, dude. It's crazy. But what we'll do is we'll go over a little specs of this. I got my laptop pulled up right here. We're gonna go over some specs, then we'll dive down close and we'll look at it and check it out up close and personal. So it's a 22 millimeter dripper. It is a stainless steel construction with a copper 510. This has been coated. It's a, if you can kind of see it close, it is a purple and green zombie splattered pattern. It's got 3 different sized airflow barrels that go around the inside. It's got a stainless steel and Delrin Y-bore drip tip. Let's see what else. This is a 4-post design. Well, it's really a 3-post, but it comes up, the center post comes up and has two holes for your wire and stuff. Comes with extra screws. We'll talk about that when we get up to the up close section. But yeah, it's a uni-post deck design, stainless steel, square center post on the inside of the build deck. It's got a square insulator so it won't, while you're building, the center post won't spin on you, which is really nice. Really like that. Yeah, that's really about it on that. I can kind of explain more when we dive down close, but if you're wanting to blow clouds and still have really good flavor, this RDA is really nice. It does have some drawbacks, which I can tell you is this is made for your big custom cools, that, custom made cools like, Clapton cools, fused Claptons, alien cools, twisted, all those kind of crazy cool builds and stuff. That's what this is really made for. I tried to build on it with the wire that comes with it, because in this kit it comes with some cotton and some low resistance wire, which I believe it could have been 24 gauge. It might even could have been 26. And I tried to build with it and my own 24 gauge, and you can build it, but it took me almost an hour and a half to get a build on it with 24 gauge. The post holes are so big and the screws are so chunky and the threads are so chunky on it. When you try to tighten down your leads, it either snaps them and breaks them, or the wire gets caught up in the threading of the screw and the screw won't go all the way down. Or if you get the screw to go all the way down, it just won't clamp down on them. Or every time you think you have it tight and you adjust the coil a little bit, it loosens the screws back up. So that is a big con. But if you're into those crazy coil builds, real thick coils, this is perfect, because it's got enough meat in there that it can tighten down. Other than it being a bitch to build on, if you have 24 gauge or higher, and I would not recommend going over 24 gauge with it. And even with 24 gauge, you really need to twist the wire or something. But other than that, I don't see any drawbacks to this. The 510 pin, the copper pin, is extremely pushed out, so it could be used on any hybrids or anything like that. It's completely safe. I mean, it's got one of the longest 510 pins I've ever seen. And we'll look at that when we go up close. But I know that you can get this in stainless steel, like a gunmetal. They have a yellow, kind of like a yellow zombie edition, and this purple zombie edition is what I've seen. There's really nothing else to tell you. We'll go and look at what comes in the box here in a minute, but other than that, it's really nice, really nice. I'm gonna take another hit off of it, and then we'll dive down close. Let me adjust the cameras and everything, and we'll dive down and look at it like that. But I'm gonna take another hit off of it. Here we go. Whew. Man, this thing will kill you on vapor almost. It's a lot of vapor. But anyway, let's dive down close. We'll take a look at the box. We'll take a look at the RDA. Go over everything that comes in the box, because this stuff has a lot that goes in the box and comes with it. So we'll do that. It's going to take a little bit more time. This video might run a little long. So anyway, bear with me. We'll catch you here in a second. Okay guys, we're back. This is the box it comes in. Exactly how I got it in the mail when I purchased it. But yeah, it's Alliance version 2 with a plus symbol there. You can see your RDA in the box. Let's see, fog wind. It's got some graphics on that. Here's the back. Like I was saying, a uni-post deck design, square base T-post, and single center post with a square insulator. Removable condensing chamber, which is pretty cool. Unique vertical heat sinks, removable deck heat sink, new airflow hole design, additional Mutation X style barrel, removable single and dual airflow control, replacement insulators and O-rings, fully backwards compatible with the Alliance version 1. That's all that is on the box. So we'll take it out of the box here, if I can get it out. Set this to the side. You see all the hashtags and all that stuff, but here we go. Let's take a look at it. Let me get this to sit back. Okay. I want to try to keep out of the light here, but that's the RDA. It's got the, the ohm symbol. These are your heat sinks on the top and the bottom. Your airflow. This is just one of the airflow rings. You have your really wide bore drip tip. This is your 510 copper pin. It's really really protruding. Really nice. One cool thing about this is you can twist this bottom heat sink off. If I can get it to come off here in a second. I might have to do it like this. Well, maybe it's not working for me. I might actually have it tightened down there a little too tight to get it off, but you can take this off, and it has another 510 pin on the very bottom of this. So it's got a 510 on the bottom of the actual RDA, and this piece threads onto it, and then it has another 510 here. So that's pretty cool. You can't take the top off. You can remove the drip tip, and it's got its Delrin insulated and all that stuff. Really nice drip tip as well. But we'll set this back to the side and go over some of the stuff it comes with. So here is the first airflow it comes with. So it's the same design, the same kind of V pattern, but it's a lot smaller. See, it's stainless steel, still has the ohm symbol. This is more for the tighter draw, really flavor chasing airflow, which I prefer. It's really nice. Here's the second airflow controller. This is the mutation style, so it's got all the holes drilled in it. Everybody knows what a mutation looks like. So, but yeah, this is really for blowing some crazy clouds with it. Really nice. Okay, now this is your condenser ring, your condensing chamber ring. So pretty much you would take the top cap off, and you know, if your deck is if your dripper is already threaded on to your mod, take the top cap off, and this will slide on first, and then slide your top cap on, and it makes it really super long dripper. I mean, it's really tall when you add this piece in. It's really like an extension. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to condense the vapor even more before it gets to your mouth. So it cools it down even more, and it makes it denser, so it produces bigger clouds. But I don't use it because it makes the dripper extremely tall. But that's another piece. Now, this other piece that comes in it, this is your single coil airflow. Sorry, it's wanting to autofocus. But yeah, this is your single coil airflow. So when you take the top cap off, which I'll show you, I need to put it on the mod again. Let me thread it back onto my mod here. Let's get it threaded on this old piece of crap mod. Alright. So I'll show you the deck in a second. But let me get that stand up. But like I said, this is the bigger airflow here. You separate, and there's one of your airflow rings. You can change it out and put the smaller airflow ring on it if you wanted to, or put the see, you put that on there, or you could put, you know, if you wanted to go the Mutation X style. But another cool thing, like I was showing you with this airflow ring, this airflow right here with these kind of big cutouts in it, you can actually untwist this and take this piece off, because that's for duals, and then you can thread. See how this is threaded? You can thread this on in its place and turn this into a single coil RDA, which is really cool in my opinion. But yeah. So you put it together just like this, and you have your airflow adjustment. You just turn it and shut it off or leave it wide open. I run it wide open. That's just how I like it. Alright, so we'll set that to the side. Now, this is full of all kinds of stuff. It has a plastic, or not a plastic, like a Del ring chuff cap in there, and then it also has a Delrin and a 510 or not a 510, but a Delrin drip tip, pretty much. I think some people call them 510 drip tips too, but also, if you see in there, see that copper post, you can actually turn this back into a 3-post design with a copper center post or a stainless steel center post. So you can turn it into a 3-post design and do it either copper or stainless steel. It comes with all your peak insulators for it. It also comes with another copper 510 pin, so in case something happened, you can change the 510 pin. Also comes with plenty of O-rings, extra screws for the deck, and also comes with a little micro screwdriver, which I don't know how you would use it. I can't use those little screwdrivers to tighten up anything, but it comes with a lot of stuff. Really cool that they put that much stuff in there. Really nice. So, anyway, now we're going to take a look at the deck itself. Okay, as you can see here, I have my build in it. I don't really want to take the build out to show the deck really, but it's dual O-ring, so the top cap sits on there really tight. It's really nice. This is I believe it's like a 12 or 13 wrap, 22 gauge, low resistance, around a 3.5 millimeter. Like I said, it's a 4-post design. It's really kind of hard for you to see the post holes here, but if you look at that one on the outside, you can see how huge the post hole is. it's a really amazing how big they made it. But yeah, I got to get some better lighting in here, guys. I apologize. It's trying to autofocus and stuff, but really big, chunky Phillips screwdriver screws. I wish it would have came with Allen head, hex screws. I prefer those over the Phillips screw heads, but they work, and it works out pretty well. The juice well on this thing has to be every bit of 6 millimeters or 7. It's really, really deep. Plenty of room to run a lot of cotton in there for your wicking. This is really made for really crazy cool builds and low ohms and stuff like that. So really, really nice. Really, really nice. I enjoy it a lot. I wish it would work better with 24 gauge or 26 gauge, but it don't. And as you can see, I'm shaking this thing around and it's not coming off, and that's got my heavy IPv4 on it. So the O-rings are really nice as well. They hold up very good. A lot of these newer RDAs coming out, the O-rings are really loose, and they don't hold the top caps very well. So I was really happy to see that this one has nice thick O-rings where it really grabs a hold of it, and so it's makes it a little more difficult to pull off, and so that's really nice. What else could we talk about it? I told you about the bottom piece right here. If the base right here is threaded into this heat sink on the bottom, so you can actually unthread this base and run it without the heat sink if you wanted to, and it will shorten the dripper up a whole lot. That's probably 3 to 4 millimeters of extra base right there. So it would drop this whole silver section down a good ways. So if you wanted to shorten it up, you could do that. If you wanted to pull this off and put the condenser cap on, that would shorten it up a whole lot. So this is how the condenser cap goes on. You put this on first. I might be wrong. I think I am wrong. I believe you put, this is what you do first. You put the airflow first. I apologize. Put the airflow on first. Then you put the condenser cap on top of it. And then, after all that, you can put your top cap on. Look how tall it makes that sucker. But let me take a hit off of it and see what it does. That's pretty kind of crazy, but let's see. Holy crap, man. Whoa. It does make a lot more vapor. It really condenses it down and makes it really thick. But good Lord, look at the size of this sucker when it has it on there. It's half the size of my device. I mean, seriously, it's every bit of half the size of this IPv4 and how tall it is. That's really amazing. But anyway, that's all we can show you to the up close version. But I'm gonna get back to FaceTime here and pull a Rip Trippers saying. But we'll come back up and we'll talk about it a little more. Hang in. All right, guys, we're back to FaceTime here. So that was the Alliance version 2 Plus. You can find this thing online at a few different websites. I haven't ever ordered from them before, but you can find it online from anywhere from, I believe I've seen it from $39.99 all the way up to $50. So most places online that I've seen didn't have the zombie edition. It was more or less just the stainless and kind of that black gunmetal look, which the gunmetal look is really nice as well. But what can we say about it, man? You could probably kill it in some cloud blowing competitions with this thing. It's really crazy. You can really see now how, look towards my face here, how tall that dripper is with that condensing cap. Let's go over some pros of it. I like the wide bore drip tip on it. I really prefer that. It's really nice. I like that it comes with the heat sink, stuff, you know, where it dissipates the heat on top and bottom, and that you have an option to take the bottom off to shorten the RDA up. I like that they thought about having different airflow rings. I like how they instead of making it just a dual coil, I'm glad that they added a threaded end piece so you could make it a single coil. That, you know, variety in making RDAs and stuff like that is I think that's a must now, because, you know, people want, you know, people likes different things. You know, if you can make an RDA do several different things, you have a better chance at selling them. You know, you're satisfying so many people. They got, you know, 3 airflow controls pretty much. So you can get out to a bigger variety of people that way. You can hit your flavor chasers. You can hit your completely cloud blowing people that really don't care about flavor at all. And then they have the middle ground airflow control center section like I'm running now. It makes good flavor and it blows pretty big clouds as well. So, and like I said, single coil and dual coil. You have 510 drip tip adapter stuff, and you know, it's got options, which is really nice. Those are about the pros that I have for it. The cons on this thing, like I said before, you can't run 24 or higher gauge wire. You might can, but you're gonna be getting pissed trying to build on it. This is good, like I said, for your kind of crazier builds, your thicker wire builds, twisted claptons and or claptons, twisted wire, fused claptons, alien coils, different stuff like that. That's what this thing is suited for. But it's got to be a con. You know, it's got to be a con that you can't really build with it on those higher gauge wires. Like I said, I've built this twice. I built it with, or 3 times. I built it with the wire it came with. That didn't work. I built it with my own personal 24 gauge wire, low resistant wire. It didn't work. I ended up going to a local store around here and bought some 22 gauge wire, and it went pretty easily with 22 gauge. You know, I got to build in it in less than 10 minutes, you know, and that's building the coils and getting everything set up and ready to go and wicked. So, you know, it's kind of, it's a con to have to use only really low gauge wires. What else can I say about it? Any more pros, any more cons? Who knows? I guess it's a pro that they have the condensing cap section, but man, it doesn't make it tall. I think that's really about it. I'm going to take another vape off of it here for you. Good Lord, I'm going to set off my fire alarm if I don't quit doing that. But guys, I think that's it. I can say that I'm happy I bought it. I don't regret buying it. So I'd give this RDA, if I was rating it, I'd give this RDA a 7.5 stars out of 10. And that's purely because of the variety of stuff. If it didn't have all the different variety and it only came with one center section and it was just a dual coil RDA and it had this deck on it where you couldn't build it but with only thick gauge wire, I would not recommend buying it. But for a new vapor, I do not recommend this RDA. Now for a advanced vapor that like building coils and like getting into it more as a hobby and doing some kind of crazy stuff and going to cloud comps and stuff like that, hell yeah, I recommend it. I bought it for $30. I found it for $30. So, and I'm sure you could probably find it somewhere too for that cheap. So yeah, I recommend it for advanced vapors, not for newbies. But I think that's gonna do it, guys. Like I said before, we're doing the contest. When we get to 250 subscribers, we're about a little under 100 away. When we get to 250, we'll do another video and I'll announce the 2 winners for the 2 RDAs that I'm giving away. So we're going to keep going on. We're going to keep making videos. We're going to make them as good as we can. If anybody has any suggestions, leave it down in the comments. Because I read every single comment that y'all make and I reply to every single one. I don't think I've missed any. So, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. No matter if this channel blows up, it don't matter. I will respond to everybody. I'm doing this. I'm a vapor and I'm doing it for other vapors. So, and for people that are wanting to get off smoking. So, you know, I'm going to keep in touch with y'all. Y'all keep in touch with me. Any suggestions, you know, maybe one day people will send us some stuff or some reviews and we'll have a little bit more of the newer stuff that's on the market. So I can review for y'all and kind of keep y'all updated on what's going on in the industry. But right now, we're still small, and so we're going to take it one video at a time. You know, I have 5 kids and a wife that I provide for, so, you know, going out and buying the newest, best thing isn't my #1 priority, but I will keep purchasing things and reviewing things. It might not be as fast as other reviewers, but I'm going to get it out there, and I plan on going into more detail than them. I'm not going to get on like Bernardo's videos or anything like that. You know, he kind of goes really in depth, but you know, I'm gonna try my best to get as much information about the stuff to you as I can. So yeah, we're gonna end it on that, guys. I really appreciate y'all's comments. I appreciate y'all subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, check out my other videos. If you like them, subscribe, comment, like the videos. Get in on this new giveaway. We're gonna be doing giveaways at least every 2 weeks, more than likely. I love to give back, and that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, and guys, we're gonna catch y'all on the next one. Thank y'all so much for sticking with me on this long review. We'll catch you next time. And a little hint of what we got coming up next time. I went and picked up a certain Aspire product. It's a new sub tank, so kind of check it out and see what you can come up with if you hadn't heard through the grapevine of what they got that's new that they released. But it's an Aspire product, and it's really, really, really nice. I think it's competing with my Heracles Plus tank, so it's going to be a good one, guys. So check that out when it comes out. Thank y'all so much, fam, and if y'all don't know, I consider y'all family. So thank y'all so much, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.